What is up, guys? It's Alex Johnson here, the founder and lead analyst at yardsperfantasy.com. Welcome into the 27th episode of the Feed Me Fantasy podcast. Let's eat. We're moving quickly through these prospect profiles as this will be number 4. Episodes 24 and 25 covered Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase, and we talked about Alabama running back Najee Harris in the last show. If you missed any of those, I highly encourage you to go back and take a listen. These episodes are also available on the Yards Per Fantasy YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search Yards Per Fantasy. Speaking of video content, I recently started a TikTok account. Same as my Twitter handle at @A_JohnsonFF. All of my content on there is fantasy football related. It is informative and entertaining and isn't just me dancing around like a fool. Although, there is some of that. I post some interesting stats and dynasty advice as well as talking about the incoming rookies. But anyway, let's get to the good stuff. The running back from Clemson. That man, his name is Travis Etienne. He was a 4-star recruit out of Louisiana after posting 2,459 yards and 40 touchdowns in his senior year of high school. He was ranked as the number 15 running back in the 2017 class and received offers from 29 schools including Clemson, Alabama, LSU, and Texas A&M. Etienne chose Clemson and was immediately plugged in as the school's starting running back. He led the Tigers in rushing as a true freshman with 766 yards and 13 touchdowns on 107 carries on his way to third-team All-ACC honors. Etienne took a massive leap in 2018, rushing 204 times for 1,658 yards and 24 touchdowns as a key cog in Clemson's national title run. His 8.1 yards per carry was the third best of any Power 5 player. Etienne logged similar numbers on the ground in 2019, but saw a significant growth as a receiver. He hauled in 37 passes for 432 yards and 4 scores. Etienne surprised many by returning to Clemson for his senior season. That was a shock. In 2020, though, he set new career highs as a receiver despite taking a step back in the rushing department. On 168 carries, he ran for 914 yards and 14 touchdowns, while adding 48 receptions for 588 yards and 2 scores. Etienne leaves the college ranks as the ACC's all-time leading rusher. His career totals are 4,952 rushing yards, 1,155 receiving yards, and a total of 78 touchdowns. He ranks 4th all-time in NCAA history in career touchdowns, 11th in yards per carry with 7.2, 15th in yards from scrimmage, and number 7 in points scored. We won't get to see him compete in the NFL Combine due to COVID-19 restrictions, which I'm really bummed out about, but I get it. But he is expected to test well at Clemson's Pro Day. He reportedly ran a 4.32 40-yard dash as a junior in high school. I don't know about that, but that's pretty impressive, if it's true. Imagine what he's going to do now. But anyway, let's talk about the positives, the things we'd like in Etienne's profile. First, I love the 102 career receptions, especially considering most of those came over 2 seasons. On a related note, he's a dynamic route runner with good hands. Yards per carry isn't a major factor in these evaluations, but it's worth noting when a guy averages 7.2 yards per carry over 4 seasons. Etienne is incredibly explosive with elite burst, acceleration, and long speed. He's absolutely a home run threat every time he touches the football. 9.3% of his career rush attempts have gone for 20-plus yards. In his 40 carries of 20-plus yards over the last 2 seasons is 11 more than any other college back per PFF. He has great short area quickness too. He's got very good contact balance. Here's a quote from Scouting Report from PFF on Etienne's 2019. His 91 broken tackles on 207 attempts is far and away the highest broken tackle rate we've ever charted from a college running back. How about that? Etienne had a 14.7% reception share in 2020 and 1.67 yards per team play. On the negative side, Etienne is a bit impatient at times, sometimes has a bad habit of looking to bounce things outside. His vision could be a little better. He's weak in pass protection, and finally, he runs upright, which can limit his power at times. With that said, Travis Etienne checks a ton of boxes. He was extremely productive and efficient from day one at Clemson. He presents elite athleticism, speed, acceleration, and explosiveness. Etienne is at his best when he gets to the edges, but he's a more than capable runner inside too. His pass protection needs some work if he's going to be a consistent contributor on passing downs, but it's not a major concern, especially considering his receiving production over the last 2 seasons. Despite being a completely different player in almost every way, Etienne is often discussed with Alabama running back Najee Harris when debating who is the top back in the class. While Harris may be a better pure runner, Etienne's athleticism gives him quite a bit more upside. He has all the tools to become one of the NFL's most dangerous weapons and should be the first pick in Dynasty rookie drafts. But that's going to be a wrap for today, though. If you're not already, please follow me on Twitter at @A_JohnsonFF and the site at YardsPer. Please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Also, please be sure to rate and review. It really does help me out a lot. It is much appreciated. Thanks, guys. Cue that music.